The orchard gate was hanging by one chain. Grandma's house stood quiet past the hill. Everybody said the road was closing down, but one upstairs window was glowing still. My sister called me just before the lines went dead. Said don't come back, they're moving everyone instead. Then through the static came a sound I knew. The old brass bell beside the packing room. Once for danger, twice for home. 3 times meant somebody wasn't alone. I heard it ringing through the burning air and knew exactly why she stayed back there. Fireline memory calling my name through the red horizon, through the falling ash again. Fireline memory, I won't let it fade. Not the house, not the photographs, but the promise that we made. The road disappears if the old trees fall. I remember who came running when they heard the call. Fireline memory, louder than the flame. What we carry out together is the part that will remain. At the schoolyard they were counting every face. Buses waited underneath the dirty sun. My sister wasn't written on the list, and suddenly the fear had just begun. A neighbor grabbed my sleeve and pointed west. She went back when she heard Mrs. Allen cry. An old woman lived beyond the orchard, rose too weak to make the evacuation line. So it wasn't some forgotten box or frame. She had turned around because she heard a name. The bell kept cutting through the smoky ground. A tiny piece of metal making thunder without sound. For danger, twice for home. 3 times, but nobody walks alone. The hill was burning, branches coming down. Still that bell kept speaking for the town. Fireline memory calling my name through the red horizon, through the falling ash again. Fireline memory, I won't let it fade. Not the house, not the photographs, but the promise that we made. The road disappears if the old trees fall. I remember who came running when they heard the call. Fireline memory, louder than the flame. What we carry out together is the part that will remain. I found them near the irrigation wall. My sister with the jacket round the old woman's face. 2 children from the farm across the creek were waiting in the only patch of open space. The shortest road was buried under limbs. The bridge beyond the chapel couldn't hold. And I remember where we used to run, a narrow worker's path behind the storage road. We moved together, shoulder close to shoulder. No one played the hero, no one left us lower. Every turn revealed another scar, but the bell behind us told us where we were. Mrs. Allen whispered, leave me if you need. My sister answered, no one's luggage here to leave. For the first time since I entered that red night, I laughed and somehow everybody walked a little lighter.
Look, this ain't a movie where the fearless never shake. Smoke in my lungs, every choice got weight. One wrong turn and the whole route bends. So you stop counting seconds, start counting friends. Old man at the corner with the garden hose. Teenager guiding people where the back road goes. Nurse from the clinic with the flashlight raised. Everybody ordinary in extraordinary days. No treasure map, no secret code, just names being passed down a broken road. Who needs a hand, who hasn't been seen? Who is at the market, who lives by the creek? I watch the whole town rewrite what
Strong could mean
not standing alone in some
heroic scene.
It's knowing your fear and moving anyway. Making room for another when the world turns gray.
still know what to say. Fireline Memory. They close the old arcade today at the corner by the station. Workers pulled the floor away for another renovation.
Underneath the broken tiles, something caught the morning light. Sheets of glass beneath the ground, running farther out of sight.
I came back when evening fell. Curiosity pulled me near. Through a gap beside the fence, I could hear a sound so clear. Not a voice and not a bell, just a trembling distant tone. Like the earth beneath the street had been quietly singing alone. Every step along the floor makes another note appear. When I move, the hidden sound changes shape beneath my feet. Echoes beneath glass, calling from another age. Every step becomes a line, every sound becomes a page. Echoes beneath glass, waiting where the daylight ends. Someone left a song below for a world they never meet.
The next morning I return with permission from the crew. Down a narrow service stair, past the pipes and concrete walls. There beneath the shopping streets, stretched a chamber long and wide. Thousands of transparent plates that like pathways side by side. Some were amber, some were clear, some were dark as winter rain. When my footsteps crossed the edges, each one answered with the tone. Then I noticed on the wall, marks arranged in careful rows. Dates from nearly 60 years beside names nobody knows.
Every mark, every name lines up with a piece below. Someone built this hidden place before, we still don't know. Echoes beneath glass, calling from another age. Every step becomes a line, every sound becomes a page. Echoes beneath glass, waiting where the daylight ends. Someone left a song below for a world they never meet.
Down under storefronts under concrete veins, found an old rhythm where the dust remains. No treasure chest, no diamonds in the wall, just a floor full of music waiting for a call. Names in a row and dates in faded ink, every plate got a tone and sync. Step to the left and the low notes breathe, step to the right, hear the high notes underneath. I trace that pattern, start reading the floor. Maybe these people knew we'd open this door. Not writing letters, not carving a plea, they put the whole language at a frequency. So I follow every mark, every space, every sign, feet in the glass and the sounds align. Where they couldn't tell us the spoken phrase they sent through the ground across the years and days.
We searched the city archive room through old plans and photographs. Found a group of 7 names on a page from years gone past. Engineers and music students working evenings underground, testing how a public space could preserve a living sound.
The project ended suddenly when the district changed its plans. Walls were sealed, the records lost. Nothing reached the public then, but one photograph remained. 7 people by the floor, on the back a single sentence.
Play it when we're here no more. So I return when night arrives, the chamber empty, lights turn low. I start upon the first clear plate and follow every numbered row.
One note then another,
A melody begins to form.
low tones rise, high tones answer.
The sleeping room becomes warm. I reach the final amber square, and suddenly there the pattern clears. It isn't mourning, it isn't fear. It's music made for future years. A simple song, a hopeful line from 7 strangers out of time. And for a moment underground, the lost room finally comes alive. Echoes beneath glass. Now I know why you remain. Every step completes the song. Time was never meant to erase. Echoes beneath glass, rising through the sleeping street. 7 voices without words, finally reaching someone new. Echoes beneath glass, nothing here was made to last. Still a melody can cross all the distance location on the transit map. No shelter in the records we could find. Yet somebody had painted every doorway like they thought they'd leave it all behind. Echoes beneath concrete. Tell me who was living underneath. Echoes beneath concrete. Names are hiding where the city buried streets. Every doorway knows a story. Every wall remembers me. We built tomorrow over yesterday, but yesterday refused to leave. Echoes beneath concrete. Something down here still remembers me.
Apartment 14 held a table for ceramic cups arranged in place. A newspaper was folded by the window with the date that made us stare at every face. October 23rd, 1970, the week the Eastern District disappeared. Official map said redevelopment, but nothing said why everyone had cleared.
We found children's heights beside Idore. Little pencil marks from 4 to 9. Someone wrote Mika grows too quickly with a crooked heart beside the final line. Further down the grocery shelves were empty, but the prices still remained in chalk. Then from somewhere past the old intersection, we heard something moving when we walked. Not a voice, not quite a sound, more like footsteps traveling underground. 3 behind us, 2 ahead, always stopping when we stopped instead. Echoes beneath concrete. Tell me who was living underneath. Echoes beneath concrete. Names are hiding where the city buried streets. Every doorway knows a story. Every wall remembers me. We built tomorrow over yesterday, but yesterday refused to leave. Echoes beneath concrete. Something down here still remembers me.
The city sent a records officer who told us not to photograph again. He carried folder stamped with numbers and refused to say exactly where they'd been. He said the district had been temporary housing built when factories filled the east. The structural damage made it dangerous, so every resident received a place to live.
It sounded clean enough on paper until an engineer removed the rusted plate. Behind it waited hundreds of envelopes, each addressed but never given dates. Letters written by the residents, applications, protests, desperate pleas, requests for time to find another home, and promises that no one seemed to read. One envelope was marked in red with handwriting that froze me where I stood. My grandmother's full name. I had never known she'd lived here. She told us she grew up beside the river in a house demolished long ago. But the address on the envelope was apartment 32, right beneath the road where I had walked to work for 7 years.
Hold up, now the paperwork, shift the frame. City says relocation, letters tell another name. Not conspiracy fiction, not a phantom in the hall. Just decisions made quietly behind an office wall. Read line 1, inspection delayed. Line 2, compensation still hasn't been paid. Line 3, demolition date moved ahead, while families were asking where they sleep instead.
Then somebody upstairs made a cheaper plan. Seal the lower level, build across the land. New foundations are rising, old entrances concealed. Change every street number, let the paperwork be sealed. We're here, but the officials never calculated right. People keep receipts, people remember night. Grandmothers tell stories even when they change the place. Children recognize a doorway 50 years erased. Those footsteps in the dark, maybe pipes, maybe stone, maybe 20 workers shifting somewhere up above. Doesn't need a ghost to make the silence feel deep. A city has a memory even paperwork can't keep.
And your grandmother's letter wasn't asking to remain. She was asking them to write down everybody's name.
If you have to move our homes, then move them if you must.
But don't pretend the neighborhood was nothing after us.
That's the line, that's the key, that's why somebody hid these letters underneath. We opened apartment 32 with permission from the archive team. The room was almost completely empty, except the painted bird beside a beam. The blue wings, yellow tail, one eye larger than the other one. I'd seen that bird 1,000 times before. My grandmother drew it on my birthday cards, on grocery list, on those beside the phone. She never told me where it came from. Now I knew beneath the painted bird were tiny words. If Hana ever comes back, take dust. Then the street lights flickered twice. Every shadow turned to blue. For a moment time stood still, and the whole sky opened wide. I could hear a distant sound, not a siren, not a train, like a choir made of glass, singing somewhere through the rain. I should run, I should hide, but the light keeps drawing me outside. Every drop, every spark draws a silver line across the dark. Crystal thunder over me, break the silence, set it free. Every flash reveals a world I have never seen before. Crystal thunder, let it fall. Write your message on the walls. If this storm remembers me, I will follow where it leads.
Neighbors gathered by the road, foes went dark without a sound. All the clocks began to drift as the rain rose from the ground. Water lifted into beads, floating weightless in the air. Tiny mirrors catching stars that had never shimmered there. Someone whispered,
Look above, and we saw the clouds divide. Not a ship and not a flame, just a doorway made of light. No one knew what was real, but I felt an answer moving through my skin. Every pulse, every wave, like the storm that comes to wake the world I don't get. Crystal thunder over me, break the silence, set it free. Every flash reveals a world I have never seen before. Crystal thunder, let it fall. Write your message on the wall. If the storm remembers me, I will follow where it leads.
rain on the rooftop, steady gone mute. Blue white fire cut it straight through. Everybody frozen, eyes on the sky. Nobody has an answer, nobody knows why. I see reflections moving in the street. Lightning gives a rhythm underneath my feet. No countdown clock, no race to survive. Just a train, new frequency bringing us alive. We came from different homes, different names, and now we're standing together in electric rain. Old man laughing, little kid amazed. Every face shining in the violet haze.
Maybe this storm didn't come to destroy. Maybe old memories are turning into noise. Maybe every heartbeat carries a key in tonight. This thunder is setting them free. The rain grows quiet, the clouds stop moving. For one long breath, the whole town listens. Then from the river, a thousand lights rise. Stars, lanterns into the sky. I reach out my hand, one passes through. Warm as sunlight, bright as morning dew. And in that instant, I suddenly see thousands of moments that don't belong to.
A wedding in winter, a child learning names. An old wooden station, a house lost to flames. Voices and faces from decades before, all of them shining inside
the storm. Now I understand the light. Every spark contains a trace. All the lives this town has known left their echoes in this place. Every laugh and every tear, every promise left unsaid, rises with the summer rain, like a song the years have kept. Not to frighten those below, not to pull us to the past, only asking us to know some things outlive the years. When the sky starts to clear, I can feel the silence changing shape. What we loved, what we knew, leaves a light that time can never dim. Crystal thunder over me, now I know what you revealed. Every flash becomes a door to the lives that came before. Crystal thunder shining high, carry every name across the sky. When the morning finds the street, leave your silver light with me. Crystal thunder over me, to the past, energy, every memory, every flame leaves an echo we can trace. Crystal thunder fade away, leave your colors in the day. When another storm arrives, we will know we're not alone.
Morning spills across the roofs, power slowly fills the town. Every clock begins again.
And the water
No one speaks about the night.
It's a secret we all share.
But sometimes when the clouds turn blue,
I can feel that music there. Crystal thunder,
far away,
crystal thunder
still remains.
They clear the riverside in April to build a playground near the old canal. Under 30 years of roots and gravel, a painted wooden horse came through the ground. Its golden saddle still had little mirrors, though the colors faded into gray. Then another horse appeared beside it, facing where the river bends away. The workers stopped the excavators when they found a circle made of stone. 40 iron brackets formed a platform for a carousel nobody had known. My uncle saw it on the evening news and dropped the coffee cup inside his hand. The carnival never left, he whispered. They told us it had moved to another town. No poster, no photograph showed what happened after summer passed. But underneath the weeds and clay, the midway had been waiting anyway. Clockwork Carnival remains. Turn the painted horses once again. Clockwork Carnival remains. Why did everybody hide the way it ended then? Tickets in the mud, names beneath the paint, music gone, but something still survives the rain. Clockwork Carnival remains. Tell me who decided you should disappear without a name. My uncle was 13 that summer when the carnival arrived beside the stream. For 6 bright weeks the riverside was crowded with paper crowns and colored lantern beams. He worked evenings at the shooting gallery, resetting targets for a little pay. His closest friend was Tommy Calder, whose family ran the rides from May to late July. One morning every tent was missing, every truck and trailer seemed to be gone. Adults said the carnival moved early, but Tommy never said goodbye. My uncle wrote to 3 addresses, every envelope came back unopened. Eventually he stopped asking questions, but he never stopped remembering. We returned after the site was closed and followed where the platform stones were laid. Behind the ferry carousel foundation, we found a staircase underneath the shade. It led into a maintenance cellar filled with gears and boxes sealed with twine. Stacks of tickets, ledgers, and play cards, and one enormous hand-painted wooden sign. Riverlight Carnival, sign all night, free entry for all. The date was August 17th, 2 weeks after the carnival supposedly left. Clockwork Carnival remains. Turn the painted horses once again. Clockwork Carnival remains. Why did everybody hide the way it ended then? Tickets in the mud, names beneath the paint, music gone, but something still survives the rain. Clockwork Carnival remains. Tell me who decided you should disappear without a name. Inside the final ledger, someone had written, gate opened at 6, river rising at 8:15, power disconnected at 8:42, evacuation began at 8:50. Then, bridge closed, and underneath, use the rise.
Wait, use the rise, now read that line twice. Storm hit upstream, river rose overnight. Bridge went underwater, road disappeared. Hundreds at the midway with the flood getting near. Carnival crew didn't pack, didn't run. They tore down fence and got everybody moving as one. Flatbed trailers became platforms for the old carousel. Roofs and shelter for the children from the cold. Ferris wheel generator kept the floodlights bright. Food stand freezers gave out everything that night. Game booths, prices became blankets on the floor. Ticket sellers carried people through the maintenance store. Tommy's father knew an old service track up behind the hillside where the water couldn't catch. Carnival trucks made trip after trip, taking local families beyond the flooded strip.
So why erase the story? Here's the complicated part. Insurance blamed the carnival before investigation could start. Said temporary wire might have caused the river gate to fail. Local officials needed somebody easy for the tale. No evidence held up, but the damage had been done. Permits for canceled, contracts gone one by one. The carnival family sold almost everything they owned. Left the county quietly and never called it home. And Tommy, look deeper, there's a hospital sheet. 14-year-old male brought in from River Street. Broken arm, hypothermia, stayed until September 3. Transferred with family. Destination children when a trailer overturned that night. I brought the hospital record home. My uncle read it standing by the door. For 50 years he thought his closest friend had simply chosen not to write it anymore. Then underneath the maintenance desk we found a narrow drawer that wouldn't close. Inside were postcards never mailed, held together by a faded yellow bow. Every card addressed to my uncle Kenji. My arm still hurts when rain comes through. Kenji. Dad says we may sell the Ferris wheel. Kenji. I don't know your street number, and nobody will tell me where to send this. The final card was different. If you ever find these, I didn't forget. My uncle sat beside the carousel horse and laughed before the tears began. They tore the old post office down at the end of Harbor Street in June. I went there looking for the mailbox my grandfather had painted navy blue. The workers found a canvas postal bag behind a wall beneath the sorting room. 47 letters tied together, all stamped in 1982. The supervisor knew my family, said your grandfather worked here then. He handed me the faded bundle and asked if I could help locate their names. Most addresses no longer existed. Some streets had changed beyond recall, but one pale envelope was different. It carried my mother's maiden name. Borrowed summer letters, waiting 40 years to reach the door. Borrowed summer letters, words that never found the ones they waited for. Ink may fade and houses change, but someone's voice can cross another age. Borrowed summer letters, maybe it's not too late to turn another page. I called my mother from the harbor, asked if she remembered someone named James. She didn't answer for a moment, then quietly asked me where I found that name. She was 17 that summer, working mornings at a seaside cafe. James was visiting his uncle before his family moved away. They spent 6 weeks together, walking home along the breakwater lights. He promised he would write from London. She waited almost every night. September passed, then winter followed. Not a single envelope arrived. She decided he'd forgotten her and never asked again why. I looked down at the letter in my hand. The postmark clearly showed another land. He hadn't disappeared, he hadn't changed his mind. The answer had been trapped behind a wall the entire time. Borrowed summer letters, waiting 40 years to reach the door. Borrowed summer letters, words that never found the ones they waited for. Ink may fade and houses change, but someone's voice can cross another age. Borrowed summer letters, maybe it's not too late to turn another page. My mother wouldn't open it at first. She placed it carefully beside her tea. Said whatever that boy wanted then belongs to who I was, not who I came to be. But later in the evening she called and asked me to come home. The envelope was open on the table, the letter trembling gently in her palm. James had written 7 pages about his new apartment and his school. How every crowded London morning made him miss the harbor swimming pool. He wrote, I know we're young and maybe everything will change, but I meant what I said beside the lighthouse. I'll write again next week. At the bottom was another sentence. If this reaches you, please answer. There should have been more letters. So the next morning, I returned to the demolition site. We searched the wall again behind a broken ventilation panel. We found another bag. This one held hundreds. Now the whole thing shifts from one summer romance to a room full of voices that never got a chance. Birthday cards, apologies, news from overseas, photographs of babies nobody got damn it, sorting shoe nobody found in time. Renovation covered everything behind a newer wall, and ordinary lives kept moving after missing every call. Think about the arguments, born from no reply, the friendships that went quiet without knowing why. People thinking they forgot me, they don't care anymore, while their words were sitting 20 feet behind a door. You can't rebuild every road that time erased, can't return every person to their former place, but you can take what's left and give the truth its day. Sometimes knowing they remember changes yesterday. So we made a list, started making calls, tracking names through marriages, through moves, through hospital halls, not delivering promises like nothing ever changed, just returning missing pieces to the people they once named. For 3 weeks we became detectives, searching records, asking neighbors where they'd gone. Some recipients were still nearby, some had moved across the country long ago. Several letters went to families because the person named had passed away. One old man opened his beside us and didn't speak for nearly half a day. His younger brother wrote it after an argument at 82. The final line said, I don't want another year without talking things through. The brother died that winter. The old man closed his eyes and whispered, so he did forgive me. Nobody knew what to say. A missing letter cannot change the years that came between. It cannot give us back the people we were supposed to see. The truth can soften certain corners of a memory held too long. Sometimes silence wasn't rejection, sometimes everyone was wrong. My mother folded James's letter, placed it carefully back inside, then smiled in a way. Every evening at the Harbor Cafe, an old receiver played beside the door. Mostly weather, traffic, distant voices, nothing anyone would listen for. Then one warm night, between 2 stations, a melody appeared beneath the noise, soft and clear like someone broadcasting from somewhere just beyond the coast. The owner stopped polishing a glass. I know that song. He turned the dial back slowly, the melody was gone. Between the numbers, between the waves, something keeps returning from another place. Turn it slowly, leave it there, I can almost hear a voice inside the air. Amber frequency, come back to me. You're fading at the edge of where the signal wants to be. Amber frequency, stay long enough to see if the sun I lost so many years ago still remembers me. Through the noise, through the evening sea, you disappear, then find me differently. Amber frequency, come back to me, come back to me. The owner said the tune had been composed by his older brother years before. They played together on a weekend program from a tiny station near the shore. A storm destroyed the transmitter building, the station never opened up again. His brother moved away, the recordings disappeared when storage rooms were cleared. But every evening, the same unfinished melody retuned between the frequencies, always near sunset, always stronger when the sea was warm. No fixed station, no call sign, still the melody arrives on time. If it's drifting, tell me why. What carries old music over tonight? Amber frequency, come back to me. You're moving with the air above the darkening sea. Amber frequency, stay close enough to hear that unfinished little melody, still crossing all these years. Through the noise, through the evening sea, every broken phrase returned eventually. Amber frequency, come back to me, come back to me.
Radio check, don't call it paranormal yet. Map the carrier every time the sun sets. Frequency shifts with temperature change. Coastal inversion makes perception strange. Distant low power station inland north. Same old archive tracks still broadcasting for signal bends through warm air over cooler sea. Travels far beyond normal geography. Check program log 743.
Regional Music Archive, Episode 3.
Composer credit matches brother's name.
So the lost recording never vanished.
It survives in another station's archive.
All this time,
But why unfinished?
call the station, ask. The archive manager answered the next morning, then searched to shelf nobody checked for years. She found 3 reels from the coastal program, still marked in faded handwriting. One contained the unfinished melody,
Another held an interview,
the third a complete version.
never broadcast.
We gathered at the cafe that evening
The manager sent the digital copy.
at 7:43.
The owned receiver cut the distant archive program again.
The unfinished version played,
Then the cafe owner pressed another button.
and from the speakers
Came the missing second half,
his brother's guitar,
his own younger voice.
both of them laughing.
After the final chord,
He covered his eyes
not because the song was sad,
because he'd forgotten the laughter. He called his brother for the first time in 9 years. No dramatic apology, no perfect reunion. He simply said, they found the tape.
silence.
Then, did we sound any good? Absolutely not.
Another silence,
And both of them laughed.
the same laugh.
From the recording,
A week later,
his brother came back to the harbor.
they played the melody again.
Slower now,
Different hands.
same final chord. Amber frequency, come back to me. Not exactly as you were, but in the years I'd like to be. Amber frequency, stay inside the sea. Let the lazy happy turn and finish what we couldn't keep. Through the noise, through the evening sea, some melodies grow older without losing what they mean. Amber frequency, come back to me, come back to me. Amber frequency, carrying through the night like a distant signal bend until the memory arrives. I don't need years return to me, just the final chord we never thought we'd hear complete. Amber frequency, come back to me and leave the music where the silence used to be.
The Harbor Cafe,
Still keeps the old receiver
beside the door.
most evenings,
It plays ordinary radio.
but on one night near sunset,
The owner turns the dial.
to the empty space between 2 stations,
Sometimes,
the distant archive appears.
sometimes,
Only static.
he listens either way.
Above the receiver is a handwritten card.
Don't fix, but tune
It knows
where.
to go. I took the closing shift on Friday at the museum by the river bend, checking doors and empty galleries, waiting for another quiet night to end. At 11:27, I passed the hall of ancient coastal life. The painted ocean on the eastern wall was darker than I'd seen beneath the lights. I stopped because the little wooden boat inside the harbor scene had changed its place. Yesterday it rested by the lighthouse, now it floated near the painted cape. I blame the restoration crew, wrote the detail in my nightly report. Then somewhere past the fossil gallery, I heard a bell from the miniature port. Every camera showed an empty hall, every sensor said that nothing moved at all. But when I turned back toward the painted sea, the tiny lighthouse beam was watching me. The museum after closing changes stories when nobody sees. The museum after closing moves the borders of its memories. Pictures breathing, always turning, dates erased and written differently. The museum after closing, why are you rewriting history? At midnight I reached Gallery 7, where photographs of city life were shown. A crowded market 1924, a railway platform people once had known. One photograph I gained another figure, a young girl standing underneath a clock. She wore a coat with silver buttons and held a small red notebook with a lock. I leaned closer to the glass, her face was blurred by movement in the frame. But beneath the picture someone had replaced the printed caption with the handwritten name. Elise Morita Colette. collection assistant. There was no employee by that name inside the museum database. Then the lights went out, and when they returned, the girl was looking toward the camera. The museum after closing changes stories when nobody sees. The museum after closing moves the borders of its memories. Pictures breathing, always turning, dates erased and written differently. The museum after closing, why are you rewriting history? I call my supervisor Daniel, he answered sounding half asleep. I told him about the photograph, he went completely silent for a beat. Then said, leave gallery 7, don't touch anything, I'll explain when I arrive. That was the first moment I knew he already understood. Instead of leaving, I searched the basement catalog for every record containing Elise. Nothing. Then I tried the old paper index stored behind the conservation room. One card remained. Moritai.
Temporary collection staff, 1968, 1971.
Status.
Not resigned, not transferred.
Removed. A handwritten number led me toward an exhibit that hadn't opened in decades. Room 14B. The museum map showed only a wall, but behind a cabinet I found a narrow door, and the key was already inside the lock.
Okay, now we're past weird picture move, past the easy explanation everybody would've used. Old building, tired eyes, maybe labels got switched, but somebody deleted one employee from the script. Down the stairs, room 14, dust on the floor, boxes stacked high from the wall of the door. Receipts, field notes, photographs, bones, thousands of objects with no documented homes.
That's when the whole situation flips. Elise wasn't hunting holes, doing supernatural tricks. She cataloged donations nobody wanted to explain. Artifacts acquired through a questionable chain. Private collection purchased cheap overseas. Sacred objects taken without consent or release. Family belongings sold when communities were displaced. Human stories turned to numbers in a climate-controlled space. She started writing where everything came from. Who owned it first, how the museum got some. Management said stop, she refused, kept notes. Then one morning her position simply vanished from the books. But before she left, she made a second archive hidden in the building so the names could survive. Maybe nothing here is moving by itself tonight. Maybe somebody found her work and brought the labels back to life. So who's changing all the displays? Who's restoring every name? Not a ghost if someone's got a key and knows this place. Daniel arrived at 1:15, but he wasn't angry when he found me there. He looked across the hidden archive and slowly lowered himself into a chair.
My mother was Elise, he said.
The room became impossibly still.
She died last winter.
She made me promise
I'd finish what they stopped her from doing.
I asked about the moving photographs,
Daniel almost smiled.
projection glass,
New labels,
remote lighting.
nothing supernatural.
Then I mentioned the wooden boat.
His smile disappeared.
What boat? We ran together toward the coastal hall. The miniature harbor waited beyond the wall. The lighthouse stood exactly where it should, but the boat was gone. Behind the painted harbor, a narrow panel had opened in the frame. Inside it, a red notebook, silver glass, faded corners on the first page. If Daniel ever finishes this work, give this to Central Station never really sleeps, even when the final shops are closed. Cleaning carts roll underneath the signs, while distant trains keep humming through the roads. I work the overnight information desk, temporary job before returning home. As nights I counted hours until sunrise, answering questions from the nearly gone. 2:13 one Tuesday morning, an elderly man approached me from the stairs. He carried an old-fashioned paper ticket and asked if train would take him to Belmar. I checked the screen, no station called Belmar existed. He smiled as though he'd heard that answer many times before, then pointed toward a corridor marked staff only.
Platform 9, he said.
Our station had 8 platforms, everybody knew. Still he had a ticket stamped with something strange and true. The station name, the correct address, and underneath the faded line, platform 9, departure 220. Whispers from platform 9. Where do all the missing journeys go? Whispers from platform 9. Why does every old timetable know? Past the walls, beyond the signs, there's a railway someone removed from time. Whispers from platform 9.
Tell me why your passengers
Still wait in line.
The man was gone before I called security. His ticket remained upon the desk,
My supervisor stared at it.
then turned it over twice.
Someone's playing games.
But when I searched the station archive, I found a photograph from 50 years before 9 platform.
Not 8.
Platform 9 sat behind the eastern concourse, exactly where the staff corridor now stood.
A narrow electric railway once ran from Central Station toward the coast. Belmar was there, a little factory district built around a textile mill. The line closed in 1976. The district itself disappeared from later maps.
The next night I entered the staff corridor.
At the end stood a painted concrete wall.
Nothing else when an express train passed above.
The vibration shook loose a metal sign.
Behind it were 3 words
Platform 9.
called maintenance.
A worker named Sato arrived.
Stared at the letters
He was almost 70. I haven't seen that son
since I was a boy.
His mother had worked in Belmar. Whispers from platform 9. Where do all the missing journeys go? Whispers from platform 9. Why does every old timetable know? Past the walls, beyond the signs, there's a railway someone removed from time. Whispers from platform 9.
Tell me why your passengers
Still wait in line. Sato brought an old station blueprint. Behind the concrete wall wasn't another tunnel, it was a waiting room, sealed during reconstruction. 48 years earlier, we received permission to open it. Inside, dust-covered wooden benches. The clock had stopped at 2:20.
on the far wall, hundreds of paper tickets.
Have been pinned beneath a handwritten sign.
Unused fares, Belmar workers.
Now for the ghost story, follow what the records say. Mill closed suddenly at the end of one day. Owners filed bankruptcy, wages left unpaid. Workers had season tickets they'd already prepaid. Rail company promised refunds, told them stand in line. Then the branch shut down before they found the time. Hundreds came to Central trying to make their claim, but redevelopment started and responsibility changed.
New company, new logo, paperwork moved. A waiting room sealed when the concourse improved. Tickets stayed pinned, their names on the back.
Tiny little evidence inside a forgotten stack.
But Belmar wasn't only factories and thread. Families lived to run a bakery, schools, beds. When employment disappeared, everybody moved away.
Buildings were demolished, roads renamed one day.
No mystery train
Rolling underneath the town. No secret locomotive making supernatural rounds. The real strange thing is simpler when you read between the lines. The whole community vanished from the city's public mind.
And that old man asking for the coastal route.
Check the photograph, Saito just pulled out.
Mill workers 1975.
Front row,
Far right,
same code,
same face.
same eye, name underneath.
Masaru Endo.
Now here's the part nobody can explain.
Records say Endo died.
1998.
So either somebody dressed exactly like the
Or
man.
history just walked up and handed you a ticket with your own two hands.
We cataloged the ticket carefully.
Every name and every faded destination. Most belonged to people who had died or moved away.
Sato found his mother's name.
Keiko Sato, monthly commuter.
Belmar.
Central,
On the back she had written,
refund doesn't matter. I only want one last ride. Oh,
Sato sat quietly on the wooden bench.
his mother had never called Belmar a workplace. She called it home. He finally understood why. The city decided to preserve the room instead of sealing it again. Not as platform 9,
Not as a haunted station.
but as a small memorial to the neighborhood at the end of the forgotten room. We came to photograph the the county, still the northern road. A forgotten cut inside the mountain where weeds had swallowed every warning post. My father worked the summer shift here long before I ever knew his name. He never talked about the final evening, only said the mountain wasn't quite the same. The offices were stripped and empty, dusted cupboard calendars and chairs. But on the wall behind the foreman's window, someone had drawn 27 squares. 26 were crossed in black ink, one remained untouched beside the date. I raised my camera toward the marking, then a distant engine seemed to wake. No lights on, no crew inside, no power running from the mountainside. Still something underneath the stone was moving like it wasn't left alone. Silent Quarry protocol, who gave the order after everyone was gone? Silent Quarry protocol, why are the old machines still carrying it on? 27 marks upon the wall, 26 completed before the final call. Silent Quarry protocol, the missing square is waiting for an ain't nobody road. We followed cables through the cutting floor. Their copper veins were green with years. Every switch was locked in zero. Still the conveyor moved beneath the gears. My friend Lena found a ledger sealed inside a rusted metal case. No shipments listed, no production, only times and coordinates filled every page. The numbers formed a rough direction, not toward the quarry entrance or the town. Every line converged behind the west face, where the deepest cutting shaft went down. Then the loudspeaker cracked above us. A woman's voice came thin and low. Not a warning, not a countdown, just 4 words. Leave the marker closed. Silent Quarry protocol, who gave the order after everyone was gone? Silent Quarry protocol, why are the old machines still carrying it on? 27 marks upon the wall, 26 completed before the final call. Silent Quarry protocol, the missing square is waiting for a name nobody wrote. Behind the west face stood a doorway, hidden by a slab of painted stone. The coordinates matched every corner like someone wanted it eventually known. Inside we found no secret weapon, no underground machine designed for war. Just shelves of boxes, maps and letters, and photographs spread carefully across the floor. Families standing by their houses, a school, a bridge, a grocery store. Every place that disappeared when flooding filled the valley 30 years before. The quarry wasn't cutting granite, it was saving pieces from condemned land. Doorway signs and bricks and window frames, anything the workers' hands could carry back. Then I saw my father's hand writing on a box beneath a faded photograph. If they erase the place from maps, we keep enough to prove it had a past.
Check the date, check the lines, now the pattern gets clear. 26 nights, one collection each year. No money in the books, no shipment getting paid, just workers moving memories before the valley changed. They knew the dam was coming, knew the streets would drown, knew official photograph wouldn't hold them down. So after every shift, when the supervisors left, they carried one small piece from every building marked for death. A bell from the school, blue tile from the store, house number 8 and somebody's kitchen door. A theater ticket booth, a barber stripe sign, name scratched in a bench from 1969. But 27 never made the wall, the final building standing when the evacuation call came early that morning and shut the whole thing down. One place never entered this underground town. Your father wasn't hiding some mechanical crime, he was trying to finish what they couldn't finish in time. And if the system worked when you stepped through the gate, maybe somebody designed it to recognize that day. Not your face, not your blood, not destiny calling, just an old scheduled circuit somehow never stopping. A machine with one instruction buried deep in control. Open the archive when somebody finds the final hole.
Lena turned the final ledger page. A folded map fell softly to the ground. One building circled near the reservoir, the old community hall outside the drowned town. A note beside it read, marker 27 remains on site. Do not remove it until someone remembers why. We drove there just before the morning to the shoreline underneath the Quarry Ridge. Water levels had fallen through the summer, exposing stones from an old pedestrian bridge. Beyond them stood a concrete staircase leading downward to a floor that wasn't there. At the bottom, half beneath the water, a brass memorial plate caught morning air. No treasure waited underneath it, no hidden chamber open from the shore. Only names of every fake quarry worker, including men we never heard about before. At the bottom of the list, my father, and beneath the names one sentence: we preserved their town, they preserved ours. I final. I final. I final. The tide went farther out than anyone remembered, past the rocks we never saw from shore. Children ran across the silver sand where fishermen had warned us not to walk before. By afternoon they found the lanterns half buried underneath the field of shells. Hundreds made of wood and cloudy glass, each carrying a tiny rusted bell.
No names, no dates, no maker's mark, only numbers carved beneath the frames.
My aunt stood staring from the seawall, then whispered, put them back before it rains. Nobody laughed, nobody moved. The oldest people suddenly knew something about those weathered lights that nobody had spoken of at night. Lanterns without owners, waiting where the vanished shoreline sleeps. Lanterns without owners, left you underneath the sea so deep. No flame inside, no names to read, only little bells that move without a breeze. Lanterns without owners, what did this village promise not to keep?
The mayor closed the beach by sunset, said the lanterns were archaeological remains. But my aunt took one before the barriers and hid it underneath her window frame.
She waited until everyone was sleeping, then called me quietly downstairs. Number 147 on the bottom matched a number written on her father's chair.
My grandfather had died before I knew him, a fisherman according to our family tree. But when I asked why his chair was numbered, she looked toward the dark and restless sea.
He wasn't fishing on the final morning,
That was all she said.
until the little bell inside the lantern rang. She opened an old cabinet and pulled a photograph from underneath. 40 men and women by the harbor, standing in identical white sleeves.
Behind them was a building I had never seen in any village photograph. A long wooden workshop by the headland, with the same small lanterns hanging at its back.
My aunt pointed to my grandfather.
He worked there.
What did they make?
She shook her head.
They didn't make the lantern.
They carried them.
Lanterns without owners, waiting where the vanished shoreline sleeps. Lanterns without owners, left you underneath the sea so deep. No flame inside, no names to read, only little bells that move without a breeze. Lanterns without owners, what did this village promise not to keep?
The next morning, we climbed the abandoned headland path. Nothing remained of the workshop,
Only foundation stones.
and a rusted iron ring.
Beneath the ring,
We found a sealed metal box,
inside,
a handwritten registry.
number 1 through 312.
Beside every number,
A person's name.
now read the first page, let the old ink talk. This wasn't superstition from a midnight dock. Every lantern had a number, every number had a name, but the names weren't fishermen lost inside a wave. They were families arriving from another coast, homes gone in a storm, carrying almost nothing close. Boats came, damaged people cold. Nobody knew if the mainland government would let them travel through.
Village had a rule from generations before. Nobody seeking shelter gets turned from the shore. So each household took a lantern from the wooden shed. One light meant one stranger gets a roof and gets fed. No number on the lantern matched the family they would stay, until papers came through and they could move away. 312 people over 17 years. Quiet acts of shelter, nobody advertised here.
Then politics changed, officials came around, said unauthorized arrivals couldn't stay in town.
Records
could bring punishment. So names were concealed.
Lanterns taken offshore,
Drop beyond the fishing field.
not to erase the people but protect where they went. Registry locked away with every name that it meant. Your grandfather carried the final wooden crate.
147 wasn't his number.
It belonged to a guest he helped escape.
So don't call these haunted.
Don't call this a curse,
The truth is more human.
and maybe that makes it hurt worse.
Every bow on the beach is somebody saying,
I was here,
someone opened the door.
I kept going.
I searched the registry for 147.
A woman's name,
Marina Vale.
age 23.
Arrived with an infant daughter.
Stayed with the Nakamura household for 11 nights.
Departure.
Unknown.
At the bottom.
My grandfather had written.
Train fare paid, heading north, safe.
My aunt covered her mouth, she had spent 70 years believing.
Her father had been part of something shameful.
Because every adult refused to explain.
He had simply helped a mother leave before officials arrived. We brought the registry to the village hall. At first the mayor wanted silence,
Not because the story was dangerous now,
but because silence had become tradition.
my aunt placed land in 147 in the center of the table.
And said we protected their names.
Until protection,
Became forgetting.
nobody answered.
Then the oldest fisherman stood.
And opened the curtains.
Morning covered the room.